Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another new catalog countdown video. Today is Saturday, September 2nd. The new catalog launches in just 4 days, right? Yeah, 4 days on the 6th. So I'm sharing some more fall with you today. If you have your catalog, you can see a lot of what I'm using on pages 42 and 43 in this beautiful new catalog. I can't show it to you yet, but I promise I'll do a full catalog walkthrough on the 6th so you can see all the goodies. But in the meantime, you can watch these videos and get little glimpses of all the amazingness that's in this little catalog. I always say I'm not going to go crazy on the holiday stuff because honestly, it's not my favorite catalog of the year. Usually either the spring one that comes out in January or the annual catalog are typically my favorites. But this year, there's just so much amazingness in this catalog. So before I get into this though, I did want to show you one thing for those of you that are Paper Pumpkin subscribers. I just got this. This is the add-on for the current Paper Pumpkin box. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you love office supplies and journaling and all of that kind of stuff, I cannot encourage you enough to go get this beautiful notebook. That is a $15 add-on. It has some cute little stickers that are part of it, and then it's just a regular old journal. And I am in love with it. I think it's beautiful. It comes with the little gold clip so you can mark your spot. It has some gold leafing on the cover, and then like I said, it has those cute little stickers so you can use those as well. Super pretty. Like I said, it's an add-on for Paper Pumpkin subscribers, so you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to be able to get this. If you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can become one and then be able to get one. So that's always a good thing. These are $15 and they will be available while supplies last or until this ordering period is over, which is, what day is it? It's September. So September 10th is the last day to order the current Paper Pumpkin. So I would guarantee that these, oh well, I can't guarantee. These will be in stock while supplies last until that day. If they have extras, they may go over past that, but if you want one, in fact, I'm probably going to get one or two more because I love them that much. I would grab them sooner rather than later. I just wanted to point that out to you because I was not expecting how beautiful this is. It's a nice hardcover journal, very pretty, gold binding, gold clip, gold leafing, super pretty. So, all right, now back to the task at hand. So today I am using autumn stuff again. I don't have the entire suite, but this is part of the All About Autumn suite, and the suite features this bundle. It's called Autumn Leaves, and I think the real showstopper with this one is the dies. They're really amazing. There's lots of cutting and die cutting and embossing leaves here. There's some labels. There's some texturizing dies in the background, more labels. There's some that kind of cut out the images. So, you know, you have, does it? I thought it did. Yeah, it does. Oh, so the cover is smaller than, it cuts out that. So these pictured here are smaller than what are actually here. So that cuts out, this cuts out, and then also this cuts out. So you can cut out those pieces. And then you also have like the veining pieces, which we're going to use this, so you'll see how that works. And then some just solid leaves that you don't have to stamp, you can just die cut. So lots of very, very pretty elements to this one. So I think those are the best part of this suite. Then of course we have those fun speckled dots, the adhesive back speckled dots in the same color scheme. And then also that paper that I showed you yesterday. So it's the same kind of realistic paper. That's part of this suite. And then also part of the suite, which I don't have, is there's a nice combo ribbon that's got a crumb cake and a copper ribbon, so that matches really nicely with this. There's a 3D embossing folder. It's distressed tiled. It's so totally going on my next order because it's beautiful. And then the last thing is the oxidized copper 12 by 12 paper, which is kind of a gold and let's see what, pretty peacock and copper foil paper, which is really pretty too. All right, so let's go ahead and make a card with this. Then I'll show you a few other samples, and that will be it for today. So I'm going to start with a piece of crumb cake cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm just gonna give that a nice crease. And then I used quite a bit of the paper this time around. I really wanted that to focus, so I actually used the front and back. So there's 4 sheets in each pattern in that paper. So I used 2 of the same for my first card, and then I'm using 2 of the same for the second one. This piece here, the copper piece, is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just gonna go ahead and attach that flat down to my card base, like so. All right, you guys, I really need to get a new phone, and it's been like a while since I've gotten a new one, and I'm kind of hesitating because it's always a big learning curve when I switch phones, because then videos are different and uploading is different and all the things are different, and it just makes me crazy. But I really need to get a new phone because the sound doesn't seem as good and the pictures are definitely not as good. I noticed that when we were in Vegas that some of the stuff just didn't come out as nicely as I would like. But so hopefully, I'm going to probably wait until after this video series is over, and then I'll have a little time to figure out how everything works, but it's always a challenge. All right, and you'd think being the same phone, because I always get Samsungs, that they would be the same, but they're not. All right, so this piece I'm just going to pop up. I cut this one to 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I kind of centered that little walkway. Isn't that pretty? I mean, this card, you could put a sentiment on it and call it done, right? But of course, I wanted to up the ante a little bit, so I die cut one of the leaves, and then I also used an embossing folder. I used the time worn embossing folder, but the distressed tile 3D embossing folder that's part of this suite would be amazing. And I'm just gonna add, I have this sponge that has some early espresso ink on it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that to this leaf and make that embossing pop a little bit. Not a lot, just kind of adding a little color to that. And then I pre-die cut the veining part for the leaf, and I'm going to attach that with some liquid Tombow glue. So I just used another copper, and I don't know what color that is. It's like the copper colored paper, and I just die cut it out of that, the pattern paper, because I wanted it to pick up that same coloring as the base designer series paper. And now I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue here. You don't need a lot, you really just want it to be tacky. So I'm going to attach that down. All right, so that's good. I didn't put any on the tail or the stem because it's not really going to be attached to anything. And then I'm just going to kind of line that up on here. Okay. And then I pulled in, so like I said, there is some ribbon that goes as part of the suite, but I didn't have that. So I'm pulling in the natural wavy trim, which I love. And I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive in the middle here. And I just like to do like a little figure 8. So I tack that side in there, and I'll tack that, and then I just kind of tack that there and cut off the end. The ambulances and the fire trucks and the police cars lately have been crazy. All right, so now I'm going to attach this with some dimensionals, and I'm going to put quite a few on here just because that ribbon is going to kind of prevent this from making contact in all places. So I just want to make sure it's really well stuck down so it doesn't pop off because of the ribbon under there. So I'm going to just take this off. Whoops. And I think that's all of it. Yep. And then I'm just going to kind of put that in the middle here. So see how some of them are going to be right on top of the ribbon. So I just want to make sure I get that good and stuck. Okay. Next, I'm going to just take, I have a little piece of basic white, and I'm going to use the sentiment that says "with a grateful heart." And I'll stamp that in the early espresso. which is one of the colors from the paper. I like to use a neutral typically for my greetings. Not always, but a lot often. All right, I'm going to just stamp that down like that. Okay, and then while I have that out, I'm going to grab a little tiny piece of crumb cake, and I'm using the For All You Do, and I'm going to stamp that here as well. Hopefully I can get that straight. Not bad. Okay, then I'll put the ink pad away, and I'm going to just go ahead and attach this mostly with regular adhesive, but I will put a little dimensional on the end here where it kind of overlaps the paper. So this is popped, this isn't, so I just want to make sure that it is evened out. There we go. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of regular adhesive here, and we can fold over the part that's hanging off the edge, and then I'm just going to tuck it right under here like that. Okay, and then last but not least is a little bling, so I'm going to pull in that copper color again, and we'll just add some of these over here. And there you have a finished project featuring that. It's called Autumn Leaves Bundle. It's a very pretty bundle, and I'll show you a few other ones. So this was my swap card for Backstage. I did change it up just a little bit because I didn't have enough of the pretty peacock cardstock, so I did a white base, which actually looked really nice, but I didn't keep one of those. I traded all of them. But I do like the tone on tone too. So that was my swap card. And then I also got this one as a swap card back, which is really pretty. It's kind of a fun fold. It's got like the fun panel here, so that's pretty. This is actually by my friend Susie Wood. We hung out a lot in Norway, and then again over the weekend, so it was super fun to see her and to get one of her swaps, which was really great. So it's one of the highlights of going to a Stampin' Up! In-person event is to see the friends that we've made along the way. And I did get a bunch of fun swaps too. So some of them are holiday catalogs, some of them are not. So I'll be sharing some of them over the next few days. Like I showed one from yesterday as well. But then once my new catalog countdown is done, I'll show you the rest too. Most of the ones I got were from the annual catalog, so not the new catalog. But I wanted to show you these first. All right, my friends, that is it for today. Don't forget to grab your journal if you want one of those. Otherwise, I will see you back here. I'm trying to make sure I post these videos at 2 p.m. on my YouTube channel every day. So you should see the countdown for that every day just before 2. And then I'll be back again with another one tomorrow. All right. We'll see you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.